day after former US President Donald Trump announced plans of launching his media venture, including a social media platform named Truth Social, it's been announced that the Trump Media and Technology Group will go public through a merger. Mr. Trump's spokeswoman Liz Harrington announced on Twitter, I know, ironic, that the TMTG will list on the Nasdaq stock market after a merger with Digital World Acquisition Group. The transaction values TMTG at up to $1.7 billion US, depending on the performance of the stock price after a business combination. Trump's truth is to take an SPAC or Special Purpose Acquisition Company route. One of the big questions is whether that creates a problem for existing major social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter. According to reports, the SPAC has filed an 8K form with the Securities and Exchange Commission. The 8K form comprises merger details and is necessary for any deal to proceed. TMTG's initial enterprise value is $875 million US, and it could have a potential additional earnout of $825 million. Mr. Trump's company is set to get $293 million from the SPAC trust account. However, the final payout could vary as per how many redemptions there are in the merger vote. So why is Donald Trump launching Truth Social? In a statement, Mr. Trump said that he has stood up against the tyranny of big tech by launching Truth Social. Part of the tyranny has been the crackdown on independent startup Parler, which for weeks was left without a web host, with the tech space largely leaning left in terms of ideology. And of course, there was also Trump receiving bans on both of the major social platforms, along with a number of right-wing commentators. On June 5, 2021, Facebook said that it had suspended Donald Trump's Facebook and Instagram accounts for 2 years. Earlier in January this year, the former US president was barred indefinitely over his posts regarding the US Capitol riots. On the 9th of January this year, Twitter suspended Mr. Trump's account due to the Capitol Hill violence. The microblogging website said that the decision was taken after a close review of his tweets. Such bans once again raise questions around the impartiality of social media outlets like Twitter and whether they are meant to act as a platform or a publisher, as the editorialization of content would see them fit into the latter. Twitter has, for example, stated they have a duty of care to users to prevent hate speech and speech that could lead to violence and the like. Yet, incredibly, the Taliban, for example, has a strong presence on the platform. Following the announcement of the SPAC deal, the New York Stock Exchange listed Twitter and Facebook stocks on the Nasdaq are facing resistance from investors. At the time of this video, Twitter's stock was down by 0.7% during pre-market hours, and Facebook's stock was down by 0.2% on Thursday. Although there's still some time before the beta version of the Truth Social app is launched, there are chances that the social media platform could get a massive user base as Trump and his political ideology continues to see strong support, especially in the wake of Joe Biden's presidency. Despite non-stop controversies during his tenure as the US president, Mr. Trump actually managed to increase his vote share to 47% in 2020, up from 46% in 2016. He received 74.22 million votes, the highest votes ever polled for a losing candidate. So it's fair to say if he launches a new social network, 74 million would likely be the sheer base rate in the US alone. We could thus be looking at an equal tier player to the big social platforms in the coming months. If you enjoyed the information contained in this video, then please make sure to like, share, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay across the latest videos from Kalkine. For more information, just head across to the website, kalkinemedia.com. I'm James Preston, reporting for Kalkine.